4 months ago, I bought a standing desk off the internet for 380 quid. Now in the UK, for a decent piece of furniture, that's pretty cheap. Cheap enough that I half expected it to wobble around or scratch, or within a month, I'd be returning it. So 4 months of using it every single day later, here's the honest truth about the Desktronic HomePro. What's good, what's a little bit annoying, and whether I'd buy it again. And if you're new here to this channel, I'm Mike and I run a marketing agency. On this channel, I review the tools that I use, whether that be software, and the kit I use each day to get through long 10-hour days like this desk. And if you've watched desk reviews on YouTube before, you'll see that a lot of them are when they're fresh out the box, everything's perfect, like an unboxing video. It doesn't really tell you anything. But what you want to know is, what is it like after months of daily abuse, after coffees and drinks have gone on it, cables been adjusted or slid around on it, or you've been slamming it up and down on the settings 10 times a day. That's the part which I can tell you. So quickly, what is it on the technical side? So the Desktronic HomePro is a dual motor electric standing desk. So there's motors on both sides of the legs. Mine's the 160 centimeters by 80 centimeters with the walnut effect on top with some light grey legs. Went for that because I thought it would subtly go in with the grey carpet that I've got. It lifts 160 kilos and God knows why you'd ever put that on it. And it goes from the bottom at 63 centimeters up to 128. And it runs really quiet at 39 decibels as it's going up and down. And the good thing is it comes with a 5-year warranty too. So 380 quid for the whole thing, that's the top and the frame. Hold that price in your head because that's the part that matters later. And I use it for standing but also moving. So I split my day into roughly 3. I sit for the deep detailed work, and then I stand for things like calls and admin. And then also I go up even higher on a cheap walking pad that I got off Amazon for like 90 quid for doing like reading, emails and thinking and stuff. So that's tucked underneath, and I walk at a very slow pace on this whilst working. So it's all 3 different ways of working at one desk, and sometimes I even sit back and use a footrest underneath as well, which is quite comfortable for more chilled, relaxing sessions. And what's really easy and nice about this compared to the cheaper standing desk I had before is the 3 preset settings that you've got on the controller system, which is mounted onto the desk. So there's 3 memory buttons on that nice touchscreen controller. I'm 5'11", so mine are set at 74 centimeters for sitting and 121 for standing, and then just a few centimeters higher for when I'm using the walking pad. 1 button for each, and it glides nice and silently to that height at the right spot. Sounds like a small little thing, the presets, but it's the difference between switching positions, which can be a bit of a faff, just going up and down centimetre by centimetre, and naturally you forget what the settings were for each, and it just can add a few seconds of friction to your work. And on that same controller, the touchscreen controller, you have got USB-A and USB-C charging point on each side. I really like that bit. It's handy for topping up your phone or your headphones, or just plugging whatever in there to recharge. So what's held up? Firstly, it's really quiet, being under 39 decibels, you barely notice it at all. 4 months in, no one's ever heard it on a call. My wife's never heard it go up and down or complain. She's working underneath me all day. In the lounge, I'm upstairs, so brilliant. It's like a small sort of whisper, I suppose. My favourite bit is the top, so that single thick piece of wood across the whole thing, that walnut effect, whatever colour you choose, is superb. It's lovely to type on, it just feels solid, it's smooth, there's no deep vibration coming through it when you're hammering the keys on the keyboard. There's nothing hollow or cheap about it at all. It feels secure and planted, which is really nice to work from. It's genuinely like one less thing to think about whilst you're working. Another thing about the top, so I really expected in the first few months when I put a coffee down for it to leave a ring like most other things do, but 4 months later there's not a single watermark on it. I do run a desk pad, as you can see, under my keyboard and mouse, but that's nothing to do with the desk itself. It's purely for comfort. When it's cold in the winter it's a bit nicer, and it takes the edge off the clicky keyboard when you're typing, which is quite handy if you're on calls and want to take a few notes like the client or something can't hear at the same time. Third, it's nice and stable, so I run a 16-inch MacBook Pro plugged into 2 monitors. One's a 27-inch monitor, the other's a 24-inch monitor. I also have a Mac Mini sitting on it, but it's rock solid at sitting and standing. There's no bounce at all while typing. And again, where it's a pretty cheap desk as well, nothing's drifted at all, the motors are smooth. smooth as they were on day one. I expect them to be in years to come as well. So the presets haven't wandered off or whatever. Nothing's felt loose, and I've never had to adjust or re-level the feet. Like anything though, it's not perfect. And I said I want to be straight with you, so I will be. Credit where it's due first though, the legs are seriously well made. They're really heavy, they're solid steel, and you feel the quality as soon as you lift them out of the box on day one. But even with the legs that heavy, if you get up to the full standing height and really lean on it forwards and back, there is a bit of wobble. But mine sits on carpet upstairs, which won't be helping that. So unless the legs are absolutely huge, I struggle to imagine like any desk not wobbling at standing height. Might be different again if it's on wood, so can't comment on that. That's just natural physics, I suppose. I have heard that if you use monitor arms as opposed to a monitor stand, that can help as well, but it's not an issue. I'm on a call and the webcam is pretty still. I'm not purposely shaking it. I don't know why you would be anyway. Next, the cable clips that come with it are absolutely rubbish. The glue on them gave up after about a day, so I bought a couple of cheap ones off of Amazon, these clips. I think they're about £5 and they sorted it, but that's a really cheap thing, it's minor. There's also the cable grommets to feed through. There are 2 round ports on the top corners of the desk, so they're for feeding your cables from maybe the screen down through to your plug sockets, and they're pretty good. One odd thing which I couldn't work out is the grommets can come out completely. I'm not sure exactly why, but maybe, I don't know, you can push an entire plug through that. It's a small thing, but the UK plug doesn't fit through that, and it's obviously a hassle for you to unplug that, so not really sure that's why, but I think an EU plug would probably fit in there, the 2-pin stuff. And then back to those charging points on the touchscreen controller. So when you've got a lead plugged in, for me the controller's on the right side. If I've got a lead plugged into the left side, it can feel like it gets a little bit close to your hip or the side of your desk chair. But mine's on a 160 wide desk and there's still plenty of room, but I can imagine if you went for a bit narrower, maybe 20 centimeters down, that may get in the way a little bit. It bugged me a little bit. It would be nice if that could maybe be shifted a little bit further across to the right hand side, but again, that's very minor, that's not really a deal breaker. And then an important point to note, because you haven't seen me build it, so it took me about 90 minutes on my own. It would be much easier with 2 people, mainly because the weight of the top and the legs, they can be quite difficult to turn and then flip the whole of the top over on your own. One bit of advice, and I'm sure you'll do this, but use an electric screwdriver. Don't use the little Allen key in the box. You'll thank me later for that, it can take ages. So that price, £380 for the top and the frame. Put that next to another popular desk, the FlexiSpot E7 or the 4-figure treadmill desks that people rave about, and it punches well above its weight. And obviously if you are adding your own pad included, that's going to make it $480 or something, but it punches well above its weight for what it costs. My old cheap £60 or £80 or whatever it was Amazon desk wobbled like jelly, and at the top had coffee rings marked all over it. This is completely different. It's a class product and you get a lot for your money. And if you're watching this because you're thinking about getting one, I'd definitely recommend it. And there is a link in the description that knocks another 15 quid off any order from Desktronic over 200 quid. One thing to flag, and I've got to say this, is that is my referral link, so it does help the channel, but I paid full price for mine. I think there might have been a coupon on the website for a £5 off, but I definitely buy it again either way, so it doesn't change a word of this review. So my take, after 4 months, I'd give it a strong 8.5 out of 10. If you're working at a desk for long hours like me and you want to move about without spending 4 figures, especially if you're running a laptop and a couple of screens like mine, do it. Maybe skip it if you only work for like 20 minutes a day and you're sitting down. It's not really worth it. For me, it's a yes. It's genuinely like one of the best pieces of kit I've bought in the last couple of years, and it's changed how I work for the better, not just where I sit. If you found this video useful, I'd love it if you could do me a favour and subscribe to this channel. This channel is honest reviews of the tools that I use, like I say, the software or the kit, the physical hardware I use myself to run a business. If you've got a standing desk or you're thinking about getting one, tell me in the comments, I'll read all of them. So there's a link again for 15 quid off down below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.